Are you enjoying Adelaide?
I am definitely enjoying Adelaide. You know, we've had a child since then, and you know, it's a little harder to travel, you know, for more than 2 weeks at a time. So I'm really happy to be back. Adelaide's been amazing. We ate a Chianti last night. I would highly recommend that restaurant to anybody. We went to Penfolds on Monday. A couple players and myself, and did the reserve tastings and everything. I also know they're a sponsor of the tournament, so everybody should go to Penfolds. And we went to the Barossa yesterday and went around and did wine tasting and stuff, so it was fun. It's been fun so far.
I wasn't really supposed to ask you this, but I believe that you've purchased, sorry Mark, you've purchased quite a lot of wine since you've been here, and you're quite the wine connoisseur. I believe you have your own label, don't you?
Yeah, Kerr Cellars, so people can check it out at kerrcellars.com. Yeah, definitely, I bought a couple cases of wine and trying to figure out how to ship it back now. Yeah, I mean, I love experiencing, you know, different wineries and estates, and it was great to get the private tour there and to be able to purchase some wines that you can't get in the States. So it's all research for me. I'm studying to be a sommelier, but I'm also here for the golf.
Terrific. And back onto the golf now. I mean, you've had a great year, wonderful career, but great last year, and you've been on the circuit for some time. You're still loving it, playing with the young girls. I'm sure that they look up to you and ask you lots of questions, or do they?
Some do. Most people keep to themselves out here, but yeah, I mean, I've been on tour a long time. I still really enjoy it. I enjoy getting out to practice. I enjoy the challenge of how you feel when you step on that first tee every day. You know, being in contention, it never gets old. It's not boring. It's really hard work every day. So your heart and your mind have to be in it, and I feel like I still am there.
And is there one or two particular players that look to you? Is there one, you said they pretty much keep to themselves, or everybody does now. You must have seen a big changing face of the tour since when you started and now. Are the girls much more private now? And as you said, they sort of travel with teams now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been pretty keeping to themselves in private. It's a very much an individual sport, but there are different cliques of people that hang out and friends, and I've got my core group of friends, and it can be a very lonely lifestyle out here. But I have my core group of friends and my family, and so I've made a life of it.
Terrific. And how is your golf at the moment?
I think pretty good. I mean, this golf course is certainly going to test anybody's golf game. This is a very challenging course. It's a good test. It's you have to control your golf ball, and you have to be a short game wizard out there, and have good touch around the greens. So I think it's gonna be a great test for anybody.
Super. Questions, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Cristie, you may have answered this already a little bit, but I'm just wondering how you think you've been able to sustain your excellence for as long as you have, including, you know, obviously winning last year. What is it?
I think it is just desire. I've always had the desire to practice, to have that work ethic, to always try to search to find ways to be better, to challenge myself, and that's one of my many blessings in my life, is that I've had that, and I've had that for a long time. I feel like if I do quit golf one day, it's going to be because I'm injured, not because I don't want to play anymore. You know, you can play golf forever. I mean, look at Julie Inkster. You know, she's always been one of my idols, and you know, even Nancy Lopez and Beth and Meg and all those great American golfers, they played until they didn't want to play anymore. You know, because they loved it, and I do love what I do. It's a really hard job. Travel's not easy, but I love it. I always have.
Mark?
Do you have an age in mind when it won't be fun? And do things like, you know, your awesome stuff at the Solheim Cup, does that help you sort of keep wanting to go on?
It does. I mean, Solheim Cup is one of those rare gems that we have on tour to be able to really display our sport in front of the world. And, you know, I've been very fortunate to play well in those competitions, and I've just always had that mindset that, I mean, winning does definitely keep you young, and I've won in my 20s, 30s, 40s, and I mean, you got to keep setting new goals. So, I mean, if I'm still playing when I'm 50, I'm going to try to win when I'm in my 50s. So, I've led a very, I know I always say blessed, but it is blessed because you could not have the talent or not have the work ethic or not have the heart to push through when you have really difficult times, because you do. You have to really appreciate those years like I had last year.
Ask you one from left field because of I know your love for the Solheim Cup. Would it be possible in your mind one day to have a President's Cup with the American women teaming with the American men against the international women and international men?
Oh, like a mixed President's
a mixed
slash
President's Cup.
International Crown Cup? I mean, I think that would be groundbreaking. I think that would be really cool. I guess the two tours are going to have to get together and try to work that one out.
Would you like to see something like that happen?
I definitely think we need a mixed team event, and I think it'd be a blast. Yeah. Especially when it would be something for your country.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have things. We used to have like the Lexus Cup, which was America versus the rest of the world. So we used to have, we still have the International Crown, which is it's a lot more complicated a format. Because you have 4 players from 8 different countries, and then you're trying to figure out who gets points, who's going to win, and it's kind of hard to figure out. Yeah, I mean, I think to have like a mixed men's and women's like match play event, I think that'd be a blast.
Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? Certainly, Brianne.
Touch on the International Crown and what that would mean to play again in October.
International Crown, that's fun. To play again would be an honor. It's going to be in Korea, which is going to be a whole different landscape for everybody, and definitely an advantage for the Korean team because they're going to be playing in it. I think it is a very interesting format, and I think that's why that event gets set apart from the others.